name is Casey Skidmore. I'm at EDM 310. Today we're going to learn some tips with the smartboard. The first thing that you want to do when you're using the smartboard is turn the smartboard on. In order to turn the smartboard on, you're going to press the green button and it will come on. I already have the smartboard turned on because it takes a long time to warm up. After the smartboard is on, you're going to collaborate the smartboard. In order to collaborate, you're going to hold down the two buttons on the tray. There's one that has a keyboard and one that has a mouse. You hold both of them down together at the same time. Once that's done, it's going to come up with a screen and you're going to just follow the directions by press the center of target and release. You're going to press each target on the screen in order to calibrate the smartboard. Ta-da! Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to open up Smart Notebook and we're going to just play around in there, and I'm going to show you some simple things to do. You're going to locate Smart Notebook on the desktop. It's going to be right here, just a little notebook with a little pen on it. And that's how you open it. Work with some objects. So here's our objects. And I'm going to move my toolbar down to the bottom because I'm short and it's easier for me to reach that way. And this might be helpful if you want to do that with your students. Alright, there's our shapes. I'm going to insert a heart by doing, all you have to do is drag it. Well, that's our circles. Let's try the heart. Alright, there is our heart. You can make multiple hearts just by simple touching. If you wanted to actually change the size of your heart, you want to go back and make sure you touch the mouse. And then that's going to highlight your heart. You can make it bigger by dragging it. You can make it smaller. I want to get rid of all of these hearts, so I'm just going to touch them. It's going to come up with the drop down option, and all you do is delete. So I'm going to, if you wanted to delete multiple ones at the same time, you could just drag over those. Yeah, it's not working. Hold on. Delete. There we go. And it got rid of both of those hearts at the same time. Let's go ahead and do this. Another thing that you could do with objects or images is you can clone them. So, in order to clone it, you're just going to touch the heart, the shape, or whatever you want to clone. Again, you have the drop down for your menu, and you're going to do Infinite Cloner. Once that's done, you're going to see the little infinity shape here, and as you touch the heart, or your students touch the heart, you have multiple hearts. Your original heart never goes away. If you wanted to get rid of those, again, you're just going to highlight all the objects on the screen. And it doesn't matter which one that you touch, delete, and then your original one's going to be there because it is still infinite clone. So, in order to delete this one, you're going to have to unclone it and delete. So in order to use the ink layer, all you have to do is pick up the pen from the tray on the smartboard, and the ink layer basically allows you to write on other screens. So we're going to minimize our smartboard and we're going to open up a Word document. And right. Let's try the green. There we go. Then you just set your pen down, and then your ink layer options come up here. In order for us to save this, so that it actually transfers over to our smartboard, you're just going to click the little picture icon, and it takes a picture of it, and it saves it. As you will see, as I minimize our Word document and pull back up our smartboard, there is our ink layer that we just created in Word. So I'm going to close this out. I want to open up my rainforest lesson that I've already started to create. Open. is on rainforest. And as you can see, here's a presentation or a smartboard lesson that I've already started. You can hear that it has sound. What we're going to do is we are going to add a new page. So to add a new page, you can either press the add new page icon, or you can do insert blank page. So here we have our blank page. We're going to add some text to the page, because on this page, what I want this to be is I want this to be a page where the students can come up and they're going to touch an animal of the rainforest, and they're going to basically touch it, it's going to hide, and they will be able to see where that animal lives, in what rainforest that animal lives in. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my text, and there's your text icon here, and you just pick whichever one you want. And here is your text screen. And you can either use the keyboard to type, or you can press the keyboard button on your tray, and it's going to come up with a keyboard. So we are going to, my picture is going to be of an orangutan. So the orangutan is from, let's make sure we put a space right here. The Southeast Asian rainforest. I want to make sure this is able to hide around. Whoa. There we go. Okay. We added some text. So now what I want to do with this text is I'm going to make it a little smaller, so that it can hide behind the image of the orangutan that I'm going to add. So I'm actually going to lock this text in place, and I am going, actually let me unlock it first. You have to make whatever effects that you want to give to your text, you need to do that before you lock it, because once you lock it, you'll have to unlock it to change anything on it. So actually we are going to change the order of our text so that add the image of the orangutan. So I'm going to insert picture from, and I'm going to go to my flash drive where I have the pictures for my rainforest lesson. I think this is, no, that's the top. I don't see. Alright, let's do thumbnail so I actually see. Okay, there's my orangutan. Alright, so he's really large, so we want to make him smaller. So we are going to just put the little round button. We want him large enough, though, that he hides our words. So, and actually, we can make our text a little smaller. We can put him over the top. Okay. And so now he's hiding our words. Our next step is going to make him disappear when they touch, so that when they come up and touch him, they can see where he's actually, which rainforest he actually lives in. So our option would be, going to do the drop down, and you can go to Properties, and you have your Object Animations, and the type that we're going to use is we're going to Fade Out. And it will give you a little preview of what it's going to do. If you wanted to see what would happen if you chose Spin, then it always gives you a little preview. So you can decide, you don't have to keep going back and forth and change it. So I'm going to have him fade out. And after I have him fade out, I am going to lock him in place so that he cannot move around. So they can't drag him all over the place. So now when they come up to touch him, he fades away, and they can see that he's from the Southeast Asian rainforest. You can also use the this option over here. It's actually, let's see, if to add tabs. So if you wanted to add a tab to your page to give more information, it's actually under Lesson Activity Toolkit, which I use these on the other slides, and Interactive Multimedia. You could actually add a tab, Insert Notebook, and then it gives you a tab. On this tab, you just put whatever information you wanted to about the orangutan. The arrow here allows you to put which side, the location you wanted the tab on. If you wanted it on the right or the left, we can change it to the right. And then it actually lets us label it. So we are going to just label this wild. There we go. It's just a little delay on the board. But you get the picture. If you wanted to write something here, you would just pull up the keyboard, type whatever you wanted the label to be. As you see, it came up with an I, so the I is on the tab. Then you are ready to slide your tab over for the students to pull it out. And now we have a tab on the page. Okay. Next thing I want to do with the orangutan is I'm going to add some sound to him. Unlock him. I'm going to add some sound. I'm going to browse out to where I have my sound. Let's just use the... Okay. I'm going to lock him back so he can't move around. Now let me change it. I'm going to change where I place the sound because if you put it on the corner object, that means they're going to have to directly touch on the corner to hear the sound. So if you just do object, that way when they actually touch it anywhere on him, then he'll make the sound. And that's just some simple little tips for you to use when you're creating your Smartboard lesson.